Good morning. My name is David, aka David Soul Gardener. I'm a spiritual practitioner and an explorer and a seeker of my truth, really. Part of that for me is travelling a lot. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I have a very rare form of muscular dystrophy called polyglucogen storage myopathy.
The next station is Aldershot. Change here for
And as you can hear, I am travelling and I'm going
Please
through
mind the gap
Aldershot.
between the train and the platform edge.
Live, guys, that's what happens. For me, it's a muscle condition that affects all of the cells throughout the whole of my body and causes chronic fatigue, muscle loss, muscle strength, and resulted in having some very serious operations over the years. I'm now wheelchair bound, and I'm also on the autism spectrum, so that funky light up there can cause me to get quite tired and slow down the sensory communication between you and I and other people, or even electronic items like the phone.
This is Aldershot. This train is for London Waterloo. The next station
Also
is
loud
Ashvale.
It's a bit like a woodpecker. And all of these things, when they're coupled together with the two conditions, can make any form of travelling, communicating or daily activities quite difficult, really, and very, very extremely exhausting. And I've noticed, and this is the first time that I've gone travelling in my electric wheelchair, which for me is quite a big thing. I've been manual wheelchair ambulant for quite some years, so this shift of the changing condition is quite a big one to go away in an electric wheelchair, and as a result you need more bags. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm really not good at packing light. I must have a bit of that sort of feminine metrosexual man, which I love. So today I have my headphones, my coat, and a hoodie, because I can get tired. As I get tired, I get colder because of the body struggling. I do have a bit of a funky heart, so it gets tired also, pumping the blood around the body, so keeping me warm and regulating my temperature. I've also got a couple of bags, one here on my lap, and another one on the back of me with some food. And so here in the UK we get on and off trains by ramps and can book travel assistance, which, you know what, is a huge difference from when I was growing up and I was still able to walk and even use my manual wheelchair. We'd be put into the guards van. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's the old-fashioned luggage and postal section on a slam door train. And it used to be terribly cold. It used to be crazy. And there used to be like 4 or 5 wheelchairs all in one place, going up to London on this very train, this very route even, because this is the old place where I used to live and where I grew up. So for me, it's really important to have food on my person or with me when I'm travelling, because of the fluctuation in energy. Also water to keep me vibrant, keep me mentally clear. Quite simple things like having a bit of chocolate, electrolytes, that sort of stuff, just to keep the body and the mind in a good mind frame to be transitioning through lots of quite turbulent places. Train station, getting across London via the tube, bus or taxi, again, are all challenges. All take a lot longer when you're in a wheelchair. And for those that have loved ones in wheelchairs or are disabled yourself, you'll know that it's a real pain in the butt to get on and off things and in and out of places. And for you leggy people, you're like walking hazards for us in wheelchairs. You do have a tendency to throw yourself in front of a wheelchair.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
It's a very much of you have to be very aware of your surroundings, and for those that have chronic fatigue, it's very draining because it's using all of the senses. So for you leggy people, be mindful when you're walking around, will you? Just give us a bit of a hand. So I've booked assistance, so hopefully here in the UK that means there'll be somebody to get me on and off the train, and things. And before I leave somewhere, and a part of my morning routine will be to do my prayer and do my meditation, sometimes in the shower, just time efficient. And so already today I've done that, and I've asked for the angels to protect the train and the other people that are travelling with us, and to make each transit smooth. It's a way of sort of that positive intention, sowing it into the day, and helps remind me of others, and that
I think so, yeah.
it's important to remember others that are travelling, and
This is
helps to be
Ashrail.
grounded,
This train is for
and not to
London
get stuck
Waterloo.
in
The
self.
next station is Brookwood.
Which for me, in being Aspergic with a negative mind, very strong negative mind, with many delusions, always can draw me back to being quite selfish, quite self-seeking, and that leads into dishonesty a lot from a base of fear. That's normally because I'm not feeling secure or energy sufficient within my own condition. So I've noticed from my own character that I can exaggerate things, or the emotions can exaggerate the response to things because I'm feeling it so intensely, because I'm feeling vulnerable. And it is quite a vulnerable experience travelling in a wheelchair, just because of other people's awareness and perceptions of people in wheelchairs can challenge yours, and that can be quite derogatory sometimes, and they can speak to you as if you're 1 or 2 year old, and as being quite a well-spoken, educated human, as many of us are, even with ambulant or mobility or communicative issues, doesn't mean we're not switched on in the head. But you do get lots of lovely acts of kindness, like the gentleman who got me on the train today, and for me it's quite important to be quite polite as I travel, because I value the services that are given to me, even more so with the condition. So for me, I see it as an exercise of gratitude and giving love back for those people that are working. Helps keep me positive and vibrant, and to be a beacon of compassion, I hope, and love, while in a place of suffering or difference. And it helps to also, with being on the spectrum and neurologically different, it has brought that new awareness of others that have depression like I suffer with, and those that are travelling too, that some disabilities are invisible, and that must be really hard. I know it can be for myself when I'm tired and I can't talk, though I don't have the experience fully of others. I have an awareness of it to a degree, and it's good to extend that love to those people as well, especially if you see another disabled guy or girl. It is sometimes a little bit like, all right fella, you acknowledge another. So I will get back and I'll have some care in place, so I'll probably go to bed quite soon after I'm in, because it will take 3 or 4 or 5 days, really 10 days for me to settle right back into where I am at home, to get into my routines, to feel established in the day, get the diet and the structuring that I like, in order to feel or regain what I've outputted in what's been a great experience of change again. And that's ultimately why I love to travel, because it stretches me. I find that the motion of the travelling moves the energy in my body that wouldn't necessarily get moved out like this. for those that walk, you're rotating the energy more smoothly around the body, and that can be challenging and cause pain for me. And today is a pain day, so we have used our painkillers to give us that assistance to feel some ease across London. And all of these things just seem very simple. You might already be doing them yourselves, which is great, but for me these are things that I have to remember or be reminded. I need that structure and that pattern in order to do them. So it's less of a conscious mind effort and more of a supple mind that will actively draw me to seek out to do these functions like food, because I'm not one to remember that in intuitively always. Not sure why. Probably the head and the body, who knows. But it's just really cool to acknowledge that we do these good things, because as we go, yeah, David, you've done well today, you've got on the train, you've driven to the station, you've been really independent, and you've been polite today. I'm reinforcing that positive mind, that positive experience, so that when I come to do this again, I'll remember, actually I can do this. And this is an important exercise for me because I'm not seeking another person's approval or praise, but I'm giving myself that self-nourishment, and I'm allowing that nourishment from others to help me just receiving love. And why do I slightly stress this? Is because this is about me becoming energy sufficient, and I mean that in the spiritual energy of what comes in and out of me, what I put in me.
The next station is Rookwood. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Because I see the energetic dance of one person to another is quite drawing for somebody that could be on the spectrum. So if you too find social things or travelling like this a lot, maybe build in some of these exercises, maybe look at what being energy sufficient is for you, and closing down your chakras, or protecting your energy field as you travel. And one of those for me is holding my energy as I am a light tube, as a part of one of the meditations I do. All these things, I'm not proficient in any of this stuff, but these are the techniques that I use in order to be more effective. I'm travelling and I'm still learning and I'm still growing, and yeah, that's just a little bit on what it's like to travel with me. Have my headphones.
This is Rookwood. This train is for London Waterloo. The next station is Woking.
Woking, guys. And also to put music on, Reiki music, again to lift the spirit or to calm the spirit, in order to flow through an environment more than, instead of boshing into other energy. If I'm in my rhythm, I glide and cut through the atmosphere of that around me, and I've always found that through sports. When I'm at my rhythm, I could play better, and I find that's still a technique that I use, though I'm not able to actively do sport. I can still drive at my rhythm in my electric wheelchair and listen to that music and create that expression of the art form of movement through being disabled. And that's just the same as people walking with swag or style, or with a hat or a walking stick or something. It's all our beauty and expression of life through our day. So yeah, I hope to meet some of you guys. Any questions, do find me, David Soul-Gardner on Facebook. Just drop me a message, email me. Plenty of other videos up here on YouTube. I'm on Instagram, so hook us up, and hopefully see you soon. So yeah, take care, be safe, sober, and God bless, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye guys.